Hi, I decided to do John Green for my author study. He's a pretty popular young adult novelist. He wrote the books in order: Looking for Alaska, An Abundance of Catherines, Paper Towns, Will Grayson, and The Fault in Our Stars. So the first book, Looking for Alaska, I think it would be appropriate for about 11th grade reading, and that's just because there's mentions of drinking and that deals with death, as well as sexual situations. But I think there's a lot of really good ideas and themes in the novel. It's about a boy named Miles who moves from Florida to a boarding school in Alabama. He later goes by Pudge, which his friends nickname him, and these kids, they like to pull a lot of pranks and to do stuff like that. And they sneak off into the woods, and they like to drink and smoke and stuff like that. And he begins to develop a crush on a girl named Alaska, who can be very sort of manic at times, but she can be charming when she wants to, but at the same time she has a lot of mood swings. But Pudge, he chooses to only see one side of Alaska, and he becomes infatuated with her, so he doesn't really notice how mean she can be at times and how unstable she can act. So he really just kind of puts her up on a pedestal. Well, I think that this book could really translate for teenagers because at this time in your life, kids develop crushes, they have infatuations, and a lot of them kind of are in that puppy love stage where they don't really see the other person for who they are. And I think this book really shows how kind of devastating that can be when you never really get to know a person genuinely. So I think it could really bring about a lot of good discussions, and I think kids could really relate to it. The second book is An Abundance of Catherines, and this one I pegged at about a 10th grade reading level. Just because it also does deal with sexual situations and stuff like that. And this one is about a kid named Colin, and he wants to be considered a genius, although he's not quite at genius level. But him and his best friend, they take a road trip, and they end up meeting a girl named Lindsay, who Colin begins to fall for. But in the meantime, he begins to figure out this whole equation as for why his relationships with all these girls named Catherine, everyone he's ever dated has been named Catherine and spelled the same way. Well, he figures out some algorithm that supposedly he believes reveals why he broke up with them. Anyways, when him and Lindsay get together, he tries to apply the same algorithm to their relationship, and he concludes that they're going to break up after only a few days, which ends up not being the case. And so what he learns from that is that you can't totally plot out things, especially things such as love,